Yo, hello, we're back. We're going to be talking about Series 1 rental teams. As you know, the Series 1 rules have been announced. Basically, no Paradox Pokemon, no Ruin Legendary Pokemon, no Koraidon, no Miraidon. Everything else is legal. Oh, of course, no Quagsire and no Berserker as well, because those Pokemon aren't native to the game. But yeah, we're going to get right into it, talk about some of the teams. These teams, of course, were most of them were made before the ban list was announced, but this happened to be correct. Like, for example, there's Ray Rizzo's Armorode's team, where he just uses Armorode's plus weakness policy. You proc the weakness policy with a beat up mouse hold, get the weak armor proc, and you just become faster than everything kill. You can also proc with a Palafin flip turn. Ray Rizzo, of course, being Pokemon World Champion as well, and he has his own little video as well that we'll go ahead and link, and you can watch the whole video on that for kind of a little description on how this team kind of plays. And he goes over in detail here of how this team ends up working and how you could use it yourself. And then to go on with more teams as well, we also have Dodorio Siriu. Sorry if I butchered that name like really bad. Ban Muzdell, Specs Golden Go team. Basically, this essentially you just go Annihilate plus Final Gambit. You Final Gambit, get the Caliph next to Toedscruel. Toedscruel sets Trick Room, and then you just pop off, or you go Annihilate and Armorooz, depending on what Trick Room Pokemon and what counter your opponent has to opposing Trick Room. And then you try to pop off with like Golden Go with Choice Specs, and you pop off with King Gambit in the back. And this has a lot of this pure power to it as well. King Gambit's just taking off and taking control. And this could be a very good rental this start up and end up using. The Pokepaste will also have these in the description as well to every team and all that, so you can get the EVs very easily. Big shout out to VGC Pokepaste and Evan for having all these teams together in a very organized place. Ultimately though, right now a lot of the teams are mixed with Paradox Pokemon and mixed with the Ruin Legendary, so we did have to do a little bit of sorting through it. But as the season goes, this resource will be like invaluable to this, like, get all the teams you could possibly need. Honestly, way more teams than you would possibly need on it, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, we can just go back right to the next one. This one is a team that we actually featured on our channel with Gahaku's Surledge kind of balanced team, where you essentially abuse a Clear Amulet plus Bulk Up, and you use that as a way to just get Surledge to just become ridiculously hard to take down. Partner that with Light Screen, partner that with that's this ridiculous peeling. It gets off Bitter Blade, and it becomes like this basically infallible and very hard to eliminate. And also using strats with like Garganacl, where you can just body press Iron Defense as a win con and take over a game that way too. And you also have the Swords Dance Garchomp, another way to take over, and then Rotom Wash with Nasty Plot, Calm Mind Sylveon in a win con. Really, there's 5 setup mons being enabled by a Grimmsnarl. Overall, a very fun team to play, and I do recommend giving this one a shot to try. I do recommend giving this one a shot. Definitely one of the better teams I've seen so far. I do think, like, I don't necessarily agree with all the Pokemon. I feel like Garga could be in a Mungus, for example, and that might be a bit better overall. But still, it's a really fun team to play, and shows off really one of the best items in the new metagame, Clear Amulet. Clear Amulet's something that we're going to see a lot, as Intimidate is very invaluable, and it's going to always just have like a certain amount of presence to it. Of course, you can get in the pace here, get all the spreads, all that. Let's see, is there... Perfect. Yeah. And then we have Joe UX9's team. Joe ultimately has this team left on the Patreon, but he did release a few new rental teams as well. You can watch his video on these teams and get some info there. The Talonflame, the Gyarados, the Golden Go, the Garchomp, Gyarados, this comp. Basically, Tailwind, press button with Golden Go, or press button with Gyarados, and you have a Mungus to kind of facilitate. And this is something I actually talked about in our video where we announced the series format. Gardevoir is actually a usable Pokemon now, because it doesn't have to deal with the introduction of Fluttermane anymore. And without Fluttermane, Gardevoir is like this Scarfer, and this overall offensive Pokemon becomes like a lot more valuable. And this is a team that really like showcases that. And you can see like Joe's videos for a better analysis on what that team actually does. And then this team, you just get basically this Rain, Palafin, another concept that we talked about a little bit in our video as well. But though he actually put the team together for it, where you just have the Rain, you don't have to worry about Iron Bundle anymore. And this team is really taking advantage of no Iron Bundle. All 6 of these Pokemon get absolutely demolished by Iron Bundle. But since Iron Bundle is not here and it's banned now, you can just take advantage of this. Hey, there's nothing that's going to freeze dry Hydro Pump your whole team, and Rain becomes a lot better for it. And then for the final team that we're going to talk about is this Hari's fake Pachirisu team. Why is it called fake Pachirisu? Oh my god. That's so cruel. Mousehold doesn't deserve that. But yeah, basically this is a Mousehold kind of support team. Mousehold sets up the Swords Dance, helps you set up the Gyarados. Assault Vest Gyarados being very bulky. Choice Specs Golden Go to go a little aggressive with Talonflame. You also have Rotom-Mow as a little bit of a facilitator with Will-O-Wisp and to slow down the pacing. And this is one of the few Mousehold that actually takes advantage of really the supportive assets of Mousehold. A lot of the Mousehold teams that I've saw before were this like Technician plus Population Bomb plus like Wide Lens, so you can basically guarantee that you're almost always going to get your 10 hits and do a lot of damage. And this one just leans into like the pure support, where you just have Super Fang, you have Helping Hand, and you just do a lot of damage through that and get a lot of value on it that way. And yeah, that's try to keep it a bit concise with this one, but that's the kind of idea with that team. He also has a few more teams. You can check out his video on that. We're not going to go too far into that as well because he has his own video, but we will show the codes and all that, so you can at least like see it. Yeah, you can find more of those teams on his video as well if you want to watch that, and we'll have that linked in the description. Unfortunately, I don't have many more new teams myself, so I can't really give too much, but by like 8 p.m. today, we're going to have a bunch of like rentals up, 3 rentals, one team with each starter Pokemon at minimum, depending on how long it takes me to make. Because as I said earlier, we have a Golden Go team with like Golden Go Talon and Meowscarada that is taking me a bit to work because getting the Golden Go coins is very annoying. And I also had to like build some stuff with like 0 IV and speed for the Skeledurge team. And we also have a team for Quaxaquagal, where we take advantage of like Clear Amulet and Ice Spinner. And there's a lot of little teams like that we'll have in the coming days as well. And thank you to all the people who made these teams, and big credits to them, and hopefully we'll see more teams as we go. And yeah, that's the general idea. Later.